Alright everybody, this is the Gaming Redneck, and we are back with more Eastside Hockey Manager, and we are just about to start the regular season. We have no injuries on the board. We actually went undefeated during the preseason, so things are looking very optimistic. Let's check out our calendar here. So as you can see, um, we are going on a big away from home stretch right here. But first, we got to play Tampa Bay Lightning at home, and then the Jersey Devils at home and Boston Bruins at home. What I normally do to try to speed things up, but not take away from the experience, is I like to generally I'll let one game play out and then quick sim 3 games, and then I'll let the last 2 games of the season play out, and then all of the postseason games play out as well. So I figured that's what we will do. Um, I'm also going to, I don't believe the game manually rotates your goalies, so I'm going to be sure to do that. But for the first game, we really don't have to do anything because Anderson's already starting in the net. So what we will do is let's go ahead and get this started. Let's go to our home screen here. We'll go to schedule. Okay, continue. Oh, well, it quick simmed the first game. I didn't mean to do that. So we'll play our second game. But we won 4-3. Let's look at the box score. Kotkaniemi gets Carolina on the board first with an assist from Orlov and Hall. Paul then ties the game for Tampa. Moser and Radish on the assists. Slavin on defense gets the second goal of the game for Carolina unassisted. Jordan Stahl gets another goal to make it 3-1 with Svechnikov and Aho um, with the assists. And then Paul gets his second goal of the game for Tampa with Atkinson putting the assist. Makes it 3-2. Gensel then ties the game with Point and Borkstrand with the assists. And then Sveshnikov, um, let's see, overtime. So this went to overtime with Stahl and Aho. Gets the game winner in overtime. 2 minutes and 52 seconds in overtime. Shots on goal, we actually got outshot 26-24. Tampa was 1 for 1 on the power play. Does it say? Yeah, power play goal. Okay. And then let's see here. Let's look at individual stats real quick. Oh, we can actually take a look at the highlights. Let's take a look at the highlights here. If it will load. Are there no highlights? Because it was simmed? I guess not. Okay. Moser gets the third star for Tampa. Aho with the second star, 0 goals, 2 assists. Moser had 0 goals, 1 assist. Sveshnikov had 1 goal, 1 assist, including the game winner. Um, ooh, what happened to Anderson? Kochekov started this game. He was 23 of 26. Vasilevsky didn't start either. Johansson started, so 20 of 24. So I guess the game does rotate goalies. Okay, perfect. Well, at least we figured that out. Let's see. And Winnipeg beat Chicago 6-1. St. Louis beat Vegas 4-2, and Vancouver beat Philadelphia 5-2. Let's take a look at our email here. Dmitry Orlov's point in the game against Tampa Bay has taken him to the NHL career milestone of 300. Well, congratulations to him. Okay, let's go ahead and sim to the next day. So we're playing Tampa in Tampa this time. No key injuries for Tampa. Just some scouting news. Tampa Bay placed Steven Santini on waivers. He will clear waivers in 24 hours. Let's take a look at him. He's 29. Is he a defenseman? Yeah, defenseman. Okay, he's pretty decent, but Well, he's got 18 in the checking department. If you don't know, the game's ratings are from 1 to 20, so the higher they are, of course, the better they are. He's good at checking and hitting. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, we got a lot of games tonight. Okay, so we will view this game. We'll preview. Looks like Tampa's got the better team, especially on offensive goaltending, and the head coach is better. Let's see who's starting tonight. Tactics. Starters Kochakov again? Something wrong with Anderson? How do we make him the starter? Do we have to go to tactics to do it? Okay, so now we got Anderson in the net. Let's confirm. Okay, perfect. Let's go back to tactics and make sure it's saved. All right, perfect. Let's ask coach. Okay, confirm. All right, at least we got that straightened out. Okay, perfect. Let's make sure that okay, extended highlights. All right, let's drop the puck. Sveshikov. Ooh, nice. First minute in the game, Sveshikov already has a goal against Vasilevsky. Another goal. All right, perfect. Saved by Anderson. Vasilevsky goes behind the net, takes it out. Ooh, is Vasilevsky hurt? Why is he still behind the net? Vasilevsky got hurt. Oh, shit. Okay. Another goal. Goodness gracious. Carolina out with a 4-0 lead. Johansson's in the net now. All right, Jankowski is taking the face-off. Anderson with the save. Stankoven's going to the box for slashing. So Tampa has a power play. Jarvis was on the face-off. Anderson with the save. Jarvis still on the ice. Anderson with another save. Power play's over. Oh, Jordan Stahl's in the box. Okay, Tampa has another power play. Saved by Anderson. Stahl, Svechnikov, saved by Johansson. All right, so at the end of the first, Carolina's got a big lead, 4-0. Let's go ahead and drop the puck for the second period. Perbix is going to the box for hooking. Carolina's on the power play. Aho's going to take the face off. Why is Aho wearing number 22? Does Aho doesn't wear 22, does he? I don't think he does. We're going to have to fix that. Jarvis Svechnikov, saved by Johansson. Hedman's going to the box for cross-checking. Carolina will be on the power play once again. Aho's on the faceoff. Hall, Svechnikov as your wingers. Got to spare Burns as your defense. Burns, Svechnikov, Aho, Svechnikov, saved by Johansson. Save. Oh, Anderson gives out the rebound and goal by Tampa. It is now 4-1. Saved by Johansson. Aho's going to the box for slashing. Tampa Bay's on the power play. Stahl will be taking the faceoff. Jarvis, Slavin, and Chatfield are on the ice. Shot is deflected. Save by Anderson. Another save by Anderson on the rebound. Jarvis on the faceoff now. Svechnikov, Orlov, and Burns are on the ice. Save by Anderson. Breakaway. 2 saves by Anderson. A 3rd save by Anderson. Jarvis on the faceoff. Svechnikov, Orlov, and Burns on the ice for the last 8 seconds of Tampa's power play. Multiple saves by Anderson. All right, that's the end of the second. Let's take a look at the box score here. Carolina's got 24 shots on net. Tampa Bay's got 20. Tampa's 0 for 3 in the power play. Carolina's 0 for 2. Carolina is destroying Tampa in the faceoff department. Otherwise, not too bad by either team. All right, let's go back to game view. We'll drop the puck for the 3rd period. That's interesting. I believe Vasilevsky's hurt. We'll have to find out how bad he's hurt after this game. Saved by Johansson. Svechnikov. Das to spare. Svechnikov scores. Carolina scores on the power play. Makes it 5-1. Jordan Stahl on the faceoff. Aho, Slavin, and Chatfield on the ice. Tampa has a major 5-minute. Anderson with the save. This is going to be very crucial. Carolina has to get out of this 5-minute penalty. Save by Anderson. Save by Anderson. All right, Jarvis on the faceoff. Svechnikov, Orlov, and Burns are on the ice. Saved by Anderson. 2 minutes to go in the power play. Saved by Anderson. Well, they got out of the power play with no goals. Good job. Good defense. Four minutes and 14 seconds to go in the 3rd. Carolina has a 4-goal lead. Saved by Anderson, and that's it. Carolina wins 5-1. They moved to 2-0. Let's take a look at the box score. Shots on goal. Actually, Tampa outshot Carolina 34-28. Power play, Carolina was 1 for 3. Tampa was 0 for 4. Penalty minutes, Carolina spent 21 minutes in the box compared to Tampa's 6. Passes completed was pretty even. Face-offs won. It ended up Carolina won that department 57.5 to 42.5. Let's take a look at the box score. Oh, we're already on box score. Sveshnikov with Aho and Burns get Carolina on the board. Robinson extends the lead with Stankoven and Jost. Taylor Hall with a goal. Martinuk and Kokniemi on the assist. Roslovic extends the lead 4-0 with Jankowski and Burns. Hagel finally gets Tampa on the board with Cirelli assisting. And then Sveshnikov with Burns and Gostisbehere make it 5-1 and pretty much put the thing on ice. All right, so Freddie Anderson with the second star, 33-34. Burns gets the first star, 0 goals, 3 assists. Sveshnikov with the first star, 2 goals, 0 assists. All right, and around the NHL, we have Boston beating Los Angeles 3-1. Florida beat Buffalo 5-3. Toronto beat Pittsburgh 5-1. Ottawa beat Montreal 5-2. Detroit beat Nashville 4-1. The Rangers beat Utah 5-1. New Jersey beat Washington 2-1. Dallas beat the Islanders 3-2. Minnesota beat Seattle 7-4. Colorado beat Columbus 5-4. And Philadelphia beat Calgary 6-2. Let's take a look here. Career milestone for Aho. He making his 600th NHL appearance. Nice. Kokniemi played in his 400th NHL game. Mark Jankowski has been suspended for one NHL after getting a match penalty in the National Hockey League game against Carolina and Tampa Bay. Okay, so that's what the 5-minute penalty was for. And he got suspended for a game, so we will not have him. Left wing center. We should be able to take care of that. I want to take a look at, where is Tampa? Is he hurt? Doesn't say he's hurt. Maybe we need to sim a game or sim a day to see if he got hurt or not. Let's go ahead and sim. Detroit Red Wings boss Steve Yzerman has placed his right winger Austin Watson on the block. Yzerman has also placed defensive William Legason on the block. And Sheldon Dries is on waivers. All right, now let's go in and see if Vasilevsky was hurt. If he was hurt, he was only hurt for that game. Sean Walker has began full practice following his foot contusion. Nice. Let's go to tactics here. Anderson's still the goalie. Okay, perfect. Let's ask coach. Confirm. Okay. So we have 4 games on the docket today. Minnesota beat Winnipeg 3-1. Seattle crushes Dallas 9-3. Edmonton beat Calgary 4-3. Vegas beat Anaheim 3-2. Mark Jankowski has been suspended for a further NHL game. Does that mean he got a 2 suspension? I'm not going to appeal it. Artemi Panarin has won the National Hockey League Player of the Week award. Played 2 games, scoring 2 goals and 4 assists. So 6 points in 2 games. Dear God. Scouting. San Jose Sharks boss Mike Greer has placed his right winger Walker Duehr on the block. Okay. All right, we got 6 games today. Florida beat Boston 7-2. Los Angeles beat Ottawa 4-3. New Jersey beat Utah 3-2. Detroit beat the Rangers 4-2. Pittsburgh beat Montreal 5-2. Colorado beat the Islanders 6-5. All right, a lot of emails today. New Jersey scouting completed. New Jersey has a roster equipped with hard workers. We should look to work harder than them. They have no obvious weaknesses that we can exploit. Hard work and disciplined play will be required to defeat them. Sheldon Keefe normally prefers New Jersey to play an offensive game. He is tactically sound and might match his lines if necessary. Markstrom provides good, strong goaltending. Dougie Hamilton, former Hurricane, anchors the blue line for him. Key for Jack Hughes will orchestrate things while Jesper Bratt leads the supporting cast. Their power play shouldn't be a major concern, but they have some pretty effective penalty killers in their lineup. They have no key injuries at the moment. Scouting. Anaheim Ducks boss Pat Verbeek has placed his right winger Justin Bailey on the block. Anaheim Ducks goalie Vil Huso has been placed on the block. Jansen Harkins was placed on waivers by Anaheim. Oscar Dansk has been placed on waivers by Anaheim. Colorado Avalanche defensive Jacob McDonald has been placed on the block by Chris McFarland. Colorado also placed Cal Rosen on waivers. Utah placed Robert Bertuzzo on waivers. Okay, Anderson's still the starter. That's what we want. Well, oh yeah, I was going to check out something here. Sebastian Aho. He's not 22. I thought he was 20. Let me check that real quick. Number 20. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. See if we can change that somehow. Okay, then why, if his preferred is 20, why isn't he 20? I know there's a way to do this. Roster. No. Set jersey numbers. There we go. Why is Bryce Montgomery number 20? Let me see what he is in real life. Okay, he is number 20. That's why it was changed. Well, you're not getting number 20. Aho's getting number 20. There we go. We'll give him number 22. You just don't come in and take the alternate captain's number like that. What's wrong with you? All right, so now we're good to go. Let's ask coach, confirm, continue. Okay, this is our third game, so we will quick sim this. All right, so we get beat by Jersey 3-2. Tatar with Nosen and Siegenthaler get the Devils the first blood, 1-0. And then Chatfield with Stahl and Sveshnikov assisting tie the game 1-1. Bratt with Hughes and Siegenthaler make it 2-1. Carrier unassisted ties the game 2-2. And then Hughes with Hischier and Hamilton, they score in overtime and win the game. So we at least get a point out of it. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. And then in other news, Tampa Bay beats Vancouver 3-2. Washington beats Vegas 5-2. Florida beats Columbus 3-2. St. Louis beats Minnesota 5-3. Nashville beats Seattle 6-4. Dallas beats San Jose 3-2. Calgary beats Chicago 5-4. Edmonton beats Philadelphia 2-1. Scouting, 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 and scouting. Do we have a game here? No, we do not. Okay. 4 games tonight. Buffalo beat Pittsburgh 4-3. Toronto beat Los Angeles 2-1. Colorado beat Boston 6-3. Utah beat Anaheim 4-1. Okay. A lot of games tonight. We are not playing. Los Angeles beat Montreal 5-2. New Jersey beat Ottawa 5-3. The Rangers beat Detroit 5-2. Vegas beat Tampa 5-2. Florida beat Vancouver 6-2. Washington beat Dallas 5-2. Columbus beat Buffalo 4-1. The Islanders beat St. Louis 5-2. Edmonton beat Nashville 4-2. San Jose beat Chicago 3-2. And Seattle beat Philadelphia 3-1. All right, let's go ahead and sim to the next day. 2 emails. Pittsburgh have a roster equipped with hard workers. We should look to work harder than them. They had solid goaltending and are hard to play against in their own zone, but lack scoring talent. Mike Sullivan normally prefers Pittsburgh to play a simple and physical offensive game. He knows his tactics and likes to match his lines. Alex Nedeljkovic, wow, that takes me back, provides a strong goaltending for Pittsburgh. A blue liner Erik Karlsson leads their strong defensive cores and rallies the team when needed. Their top wingers Brian Rust and Ricard Raquel are a threat which shouldn't be taken lightly. Their power play shouldn't be a major concern, but they have some pretty effective penalty killers in their lineup, and they have no key injuries at the moment. All right, let's go to our tactics here. Jankowski still suspended. All right, perfect. We're not going to preview this game, so we'll go ahead and sim. Well, actually, we will preview. We just won't watch the game. All right, so we are the better team. They lack defense, goaltending, size, strength, puck handling, shot scoring, and power. Oh, actually, they're even on the power play with us. Okay. All right, Pittsburgh beats us 3-1. Let's take a look at the box score. Raquel with Novak and Hayes put Pittsburgh on the board. Roslovic with Jarvis assisting ties the game. And then in the third period, Tomasino with Letang and Bernstrom make it 2-1. And Crosby puts the game out of reach with Rust and Joseph on the assist. Shots on goal, Carolina had 24 to Pittsburgh's 27. No power plays for Carolina. Pittsburgh was 0 for 3. Okay, Kochetkov played this game. He was 24 out of 27. Jari was 23 out of 24. Okay, so Jari started this, and he was first star. And then Tomasino had 1 goal, no assists for second star. And Letang had no goals and 1 assist for third. And then Winnipeg beat San Jose 2-1. And Colorado beat Anaheim 4-1. So I guess the game does rotate your goalies automatically, so we don't even have to worry about that, which is good. When's our next game? Okay, it's the next night. All right, so let's take a look at the standings. How many games have we played? Goodness gracious, we're in 10th in the Eastern Conference. We have 5 points. Oh, we've only played 4 games. Okay, I'm looking at that wrong. We have 5 points in 4 games, which is good. You at least want a point a game if you want to make the playoffs. So we're overachieving there. View. No. Stage. Metropolitan. Okay, we're 6th in the Metropolitan currently, but we're we're still doing good. All right, scouting, scouting, scouting. Oh, we're not playing tonight? I don't see us. Oh, afternoon games. That might be why. Okay. Detroit beat Nashville 5-4. Minnesota beat Columbus 3-2. Okay, now it's the evening games. We will view. Okay, we are in white. Let's drop the puck. Anderson's in the net against Bennington. Jankowski's going to the box for hooking. So not Tampa, but St. Louis will be on the power play. Aho and Shin are taking the faceoffs. Oh, no, wait. Stahl is taking the faceoff. Aho's on the wing. My apologies. I'm used to Aho playing center, but oh, and St. Louis scores. Makes it 1-0. Martinuk with the shot. Misses. Is this icing? Okay, icing. Jarvis and Holloway are taking the... no, Thomas is taking the face-off. Excuse me. I'm messing up my names. Jankowski against Shin. Saved by Anderson. Saved by Anderson. Oh, St. Louis gets a goal off the rebound. It is 2-0 with 11 and a half minutes to go in the first. Takayemi with the shot, but it goes over the glass. Or does it? I don't know what happened there. Kill one over the glass because they'd be taking the face off in the zone. Okay, I guess that's the end of the first. Oh my gosh, Anderson gives up another goal. It is 3-0 St. Louis. Joss against Shin here. Vuknovic is going to the box for slashing. Carolina will be on the power play. Aho's going to take the face-off against Shin. Burns. Saved by Bennington. Another save by Bennington. Aho with the shot, saved by Bennington. Aho's going to the box for roughing. St. Louis is on the power play. Stahl will be taking the face-off against Thomas. Saved by Anderson. Still a minute and a half to go on the power play for St. Louis. Jarvis on the face-off. Saved by Anderson. Multiple saves by Anderson there. Sundqvist is going to the box for hooking. Carolina will now be on the power play. Aho will be taking the face-off against Shin. You got Hall and Sveshnikov on the wing. Gostisbehere and Burns playing defense. Save by Bennington. Burns, Sveshnikov. Goal by Kotkaniemi, and Carolina is on the board, 3-1. Save by Anderson. Another save by Anderson, and Carolina gets back in the game. It is 3-1 heading into the third. Save by Anderson. Jankowski's going to take the face-off against Foxa. Saved by Anderson. Burns keeps it in. Saved by Anderson. Down to 9 minutes now. Kotkaniemi. Buchnevich is going to the box for roughing. Carolina will have another power play opportunity. Aho is going to take the face-off against Shin. Bennington with some clutch saves there. Another save by Bennington. Kotkaniemi is going to take the face-off. Robinson and Stankoven on the wing. Orlov Walker playing defense against Shin. Foxa, Suter, and Fowler. Save by Bennington. Carolina's going to have to make something happen. Save by Bennington. Hall. Oh, goal by Roslovic. Carolina brings it to 1 with 6 minutes to go. Goal! Robinson ties the game with it seconds after their second goal. Svechnikov. Goal! Carolina takes the lead with 5 minutes to go. What a comeback. Bennington just let up just 3 goals, like back to back to back. Aho on the face-off against Shin. Empty net for St. Louis with 1:30 to go. Save by Anderson. Another save. Carolina with the puck now. They could ice it right here. Stahl. It will be icing. Under a minute to go. Empty net for St. Louis still. .30 seconds. Burns with the icing, which means Bennington's going to have to come back out. 19 seconds to go in the game. Foxa and Aho. 14 seconds. Bennington goes to the box, or goes to the bench, and that's it. Carolina with the comeback in the third period, and they win 4-3. What a game. St. Louis just rattles off 3 straight goals. Walker with Bolduc and Joseph, Buchnevich with Falk and Kyrou, and then Neighbors with Buchnevich and Broberg. And then Carolina finally gets on the board. Kokniemi with Stankoven and Robinson assisting with the power play goal. And then Roslovic with Hall and Jankowski brings it within 1. And then just 13 seconds later, Robinson with Slavin and Burns tie the game. And then just over a minute later, Kokniemi with Svechnikov and Stahl make the game-winning goal and give the Hurricanes the win. Anderson blocked 26-29. Bennington finished with 25-29. Buchnevich got the third star, 1 goal, 1 assist. Robinson of Carolina got the second star, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Kokniemi with 2 goals. Great comeback for the Hurricanes. All right, so Ottawa beats Tampa 3-1. Edmonton beats Dallas 7-2. The Rangers beat Toronto 6-4. Vegas beats Florida 3-2. Jersey beats Washington 6-3. Montreal beat the Islanders 5-3. Vancouver over Philadelphia 3-2. Buffalo over Chicago 4-3. Utah over Boston 5-4. And Calgary over Seattle 4-2. Taylor Hall's point in the game against St. Louis has taken him to the NHL career milestone of 700. Scouting, 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 and scouting. I need to check Taylor Hall's number. He's 71. Why is he 13? We got to change that too. Where is he? There he is. Where's 71? Who's got 71? Foss does? We'll give that to Taylor Hall. There we go. Submit. Okay, so we have 3 games. Let's see what happens here. Winnipeg beat Pittsburgh 4-1. San Jose beat Colorado 4-3. Anaheim beat Los Angeles 4-3. San Jose Sharks Tyler Toffoli extended his goal-scoring streak with a pair of goals in the game against the Avalanche. He has now scored at least once in each of the last 5 games, totaling 6 goals along the way. Good for him. Jacob Middleton has been suspended for 2 NHL games starting on October 21st, 2024 after being assessed a game misconduct penalty in the National Hockey League game against Minnesota and Columbus. Minnesota won the game 3-2. New York Islanders' Matthew Barzal has won the National Hockey League Player of the Week award. Played 3 games, scoring 3 goals and assisting 5 times, so 8 points in 3 games. That's crazy. Jury has placed defenseman Will Borgen on the block for the Rangers. And they place Rue Wadle on waivers. Ottawa Senators defenseman Dennis Gilbert has been placed on the block by Steve Staios. Excuse me. Okay. It's hard to read those I's and L's sometimes on this game. All right, we're playing the Oilers next. Only one game tonight. Toronto over Tampa 4-3. Edmonton are a very strong team, and we need to be 100% prepared for this game. They have solid goaltending and are hard to play against in their own zone, but lack scoring talent. All right. Stuart Skinner provides strong goaltending. Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm are the key defensemen. Top center Leon Draisaitl is the key player on the team. The power play shouldn't be a major concern, but they have some pretty effective penalty killers. Okay. A lot of games tonight. All right, and we go up to Edmonton and beat them 3-2. Let's check out the box score. Svechnikov with Aho and Stahl assisting get Carolina on the board first. Then Aho unassisted on the shorthander makes it 2-0. Arvidsson with Skinner and Ekholm make it 2-1. And then Nugent Hopkins with Arvidsson tie the game 2-2. And then finally Svechnikov hits the game winner in the second period. It was second, right? With Orlov and Aho assisting. Yeah, there was no goals in the third. Okay. And then around the league, Montreal beat the Rangers 3-1. Toronto beat Columbus 5-0. The Islanders beat Detroit 4-2. St. Louis beat Winnipeg 4-2. Vancouver beat Chicago 4-1. Boston beat Nashville 5-3. Calgary beat Pittsburgh 4-3. Utah beat Ottawa 4-3. San Jose beat Anaheim 3-2. Seattle beat Colorado 4-3. And Vegas beat Los Angeles 5-3. Toffoli's goal streak ended against the Ducks. They still, but San Jose still won the game, so good for them. All right, so we have Calgary next, and then Seattle. Washington beat Philadelphia 3-2. Hardworking Calgary have a team who will battle every shift, so we need to be ready for them. Solid goaltending, lacks scoring talent. Dustin Wolf provides strong goaltending for Calgary. Rasmus Anderson and Mackenzie Weegar are the key defensemen. Top winger Jonathan Huberdeau is a key player on their team. Power play shouldn't be a major concern, but they have some pretty effective penalty killers in the lineup. Okay. And we're 4-1-1. They're 4-2. All right. So we end up losing to Calgary 5-2. Let's look at the box score. Oh man, this was a bloodbath. Huberdeau with Anderson and Bean, Farabee with Coleman and Miramonov, Kadri with Mantha and Hanley, Coleman with Huberdeau and Anderson. Then we finally get on the board with a power play goal. Svechnikov with Burns with Hall. And then Stahl makes it 4-2 with Aho and Slavin assisting. And then Farabee gets the empty netter with Mantha and Ball on the assists. Kochetkov was 20 for 20. Anderson had a shitty game, going 5 for 9. Wolf went 30 for 32. Huberdeau got the first star, 1 goal, 1 assist. Coleman got 1 goal, 1 assist for second star, and Mantha got 0 goals, 2 assists for third star. So we did not play well that game. And around the league, Boston beat Dallas 7-3. St. Louis beat Toronto 2-0. New Jersey beat Detroit 4-2. Tampa beat Minnesota 4-2. The Rangers beat Florida 3-2. Colorado beat Utah 4-2. Winnipeg beat Seattle 6-4, and Los Angeles beat San Jose 4-3. Anderson, he played his 500th NHL game against Calgary. I'm sorry he didn't have a good one. Scouting, 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 scouting. All right, 4 games tonight. Vegas wins 6-3 over Ottawa. Islanders beat New Jersey 3-2. Chicago over Nashville 5-2, and Edmonton over Pittsburgh 5-4. Vegas Golden Knights' Jack Eichel continued his goal-scoring streak with another goal against the Senators. He has now scored a goal in each of his last 5 games. Vegas won the game 6-3. Edmonton's Tris Frager point in the game against Pittsburgh has taken to the NHL career milestone of 100. Pasternak has been praised. Okay. Scouting, 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 scouting. Afternoon result, Los Angeles over Utah 4-2. And then we play Seattle. Let's take a look at the preview here. So it looks like we edged them out on defense and goaltending. Puck handling, we're better than them. And on the power play, we're better than them. Okay. Let's see how we do against Seattle. And we lose to Seattle 4-2. Let's take a look at the box score. Aho gives the Hurricanes first blood with Svechnikov and Slavin with the assists. Nyman with Isamont tie the game. Stankoven with Kotkaniemi assisting make it 2-1. Then in the second period, Dunn with Montour and Stevenson tie the game. Kakko with Beignet and Tolvanen make it 3-2. And then Wright with the unassisted empty netter puts the game out of reach for the Kraken. Anderson blocked 25 of 28. Decord went 29 of 31. Grubauer and Kochetkov did not play. Aho with the second star, he got a goal and no assists. Isamont with third star, no goals, 1 assist, and Kakko with 1 goal and 0 assists. And then Toronto beat Boston 4-3. St. Louis beat Montreal 6-3. Washington beat Tampa 4-3. The Rangers beat Anaheim 6-1. Winnipeg blanks Calgary 5-0. Islanders over Florida 3-2. Columbus over Nashville 5-3. Dallas over Chicago 5-3. Vancouver beats Pittsburgh 4-3. Vegas over San Jose 5-2. Sam Reinhart is failing to show the kind of form he is capable of producing, according to respected sports journalists, after his club Florida lost 3-2 against the Islanders. Pavel Dorofeyev, I hope I said that right, has been suspended for 1 NHL game after getting a match penalty against between Vegas and San Jose. All right, who's our next opponent? We've lost 2 in a row here. We play the Canucks. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. NHL, let's take a look at the... So we're better than we were 4 games or 5 games ago. We're in 9th place now. Let's check Metropolitan. We played 8 games. We have 9 points. Washington's played 7 games and they have 10. Claude Giroux has been suspended for a game. For Ottawa. Okay. Nashville Predators defenseman Andreas England has been placed on the block. All right. Are we not at Vancouver yet? Guess not. Detroit over Edmonton 2-0. Anaheim over Jersey 4-2. Montreal over Philadelphia 6-2, and Ottawa over Colorado 3-2. Pavel Dorofeyev has been suspended a further 2 NHL games. Okay. Vegas Shea Theodore has won National Hockey League Player of the Week. He played 3 games, scoring once and getting 6 assists, so 7 points. Vancouver, one of the better teams in the league. Solid goaltending. Hard to play against their own zone, but lacks scoring talent. Kevin Lankinen provides strong goaltending. Quinn Hughes leads their strong defensive core. Brock Boser is a pure goal scorer. The power play shouldn't be a major concern, but they have some pretty effective penalty killers in their lineup. Head coach Energy or Hockey Club Energy Karlovy Vary have made an offer of $14,000 for Skoda Pison's Jacob Vondras. We have the rights to them. Montreal Canadiens defensive Gustav Lindstrom has been placed on the block. All right, so we will view this game. We are in the white. Anderson with the save. 2 saves for Anderson. Looks like Anderson and Lankinen are starting in the net. Jankowski with Hall and Roslovic. Chatfield and Walker. Martinuk. Misses the net. Svechnikov. Höglander is going to the box for hooking. Carolina will be on the power play. Svechnikov and Hall with Aho on the faceoff. Burns, save. Gostisbehere with the power play goal. Carolina goes up 1-0. Icing on Vancouver, so Carolina will take the faceoff in Vancouver's zone. Jankowski against Suter. Suter's going to the box for charging. Carolina has another power play opportunity. Hits the side of the net. Saved by Anderson. Vancouver gets out of their penalty kill. No damage done. Elias Pettersson lights the lamp and ties the game for Vancouver. Kotkaniemi's going to the box for slashing. Vancouver will be on the power play. Jordan Stahl taking the face-off against Pettersson. Anderson with multiple saves. Save again by Anderson. 30 seconds left on the power play. All right, and that's the end of the first period. We are tied 1-1. Jarvis. Oh! Lankinen lets one slip by him, and Carolina takes the lead 2-1. All right, Kotkaniemi on the faceoff against Dzingel, former Hurricane. DiGiuseppe's going to the box for holding. Carolina will be on the power play. Kotkaniemi taking the faceoff against Dzingel. Jarvis and Stankoven on the wing. Orlov and Walker playing defense for the Hurricanes. Goal! Orlov gets one past Lankinen, and Carolina takes a 3-1 lead off of that power play score. Saved by Lankinen, and at the end of the second, Carolina has a 3-1 lead. Let's go ahead and drop the puck here. All right, icing against Carolina, so we'll take it back. Kotkaniemi on the faceoff against Suter. Goal! Suter lights it up. Vancouver only down 1 now. Icing by Vancouver, so Carolina will get a faceoff in Vancouver's zone. Joss against Dzingel. Puck goes out of play, so Joss will go against Pettersson this time. O'Connor's going to the box for slashing. Carolina will be on the power play now. Kotkaniemi on the faceoff against Pettersson. Save by Lankinen. Another save by Lankinen. No line changes. Hall. 4.5 minutes to go. Carolina still has a 3-2 lead. Orlov is going to the box for delay of game, putting the puck out of play on their own end. So we're going to have Stahl against Pettersson. Lankinen with the save there on Svechnikov. Anderson with the save. 2 minutes to go. Carolina got out of that penalty kill. No damage. Empty netter on the steal by Chatfield. Carolina takes a 4-2 lead. Saved by Lankinen. Burns. Martinook. .30 seconds to go, roughly. Empty net for Vancouver. Saved by Anderson. Face off in the Carolina zone. Aho will be taking the face off against Suter. Vancouver wins the face-off. goal with 4 seconds to go, but it's too little too late, barring a miracle. 4-3 Carolina. Aho and Suter will take the face-off. And that is it. Carolina comes out with the win. All right, let's take a look at the box score. Gostisbehere with Carolina, getting Carolina on the board first with Aho and Burns power play goal. Pedersen then ties it with Cheidel and Hughes on the assist. Stankoven with Jarvis and Orlov make it 2-1. Then Orlov on the power play with Kotkaniemi system makes it a 2-goal game. Suter with Forboard and Juleson make it a 1-goal game. And then Chatfield with Jarvis assisting on the empty netter makes it a 2-goal game again. And then Suter with 4 seconds left with Garland and Pedersen assisting make it a 1-goal game, but it's too little too late. Anderson blocks 26 of 29. Lankinen blocks 31 of 34. Suter gets the first star with 2 goals. Orlov gets 1 goal, 1 assist for second star, and Jarvis no goals but 2 assists for third star. And then around the league, Florida beat Buffalo 3-2. Tampa beats Nashville 5-1. Edmonton beats Columbus 4-1. Toronto beats Winnipeg 4-1. Colorado beats Chicago 5-2. Utah beats San Jose 3-2. And Vegas beats Calgary 4-2. Orlov reaches career milestone. He played his 800th NHL game. Kotkaniemi recorded his 100th career NHL assist. Kotkaniemi had 1 in the game, which brings his career to 100. Okay. Let's take a look at our calendar. A sports journalist has questions whether Dallas's Jake Ottinger can still command the respect of his teammates after his recent erratic displays. His general manager, Jim Neal, told the press that he has faith in his goaltender. And then some scouting. All right, Boston beat Philadelphia 4-1. Montreal beat Seattle 4-2. St. Louis over Ottawa 6-3. Washington over the Rangers 5-2. Islanders over Anaheim 3-1. Minnesota over Pittsburgh 5-2. And Los Angeles beat San Jose 4-2. Chris Letang is failing to show the kind of form he is capable of producing, according to a respected sports journalist, after his club Pittsburgh lost 5-2 against the Wild. Scouting. Boston Bruins defenseman Ian Mitchell has been placed on the block. Los Angeles Kings defenseman Caleb Jones has been placed on the block. All right, the Islanders beat Columbus 5-2. Winnipeg over Detroit 3-1. Colorado over Tampa 5-3. Utah over Calgary 3-2. Jersey over Vancouver 4-1, and Los Angeles over Vegas 5-3. Colorado Avalanche's Brock Nelson has kept his scoring streak alive by notching a goal in the game against the Lightning. He has put up at least a point in 10 straight games. Vegas' 6-game unbeaten run has finally come to an end after a thrilling 5-3 defeat at the hands of the Kings. Vegas Golden Knights' Jack Eichel kept his point-scoring streak going with a couple of points in the game against the Kings. He's put a point in at least 10 straight games. A sports paper report doubts Yanni Gourde has a realistic claim for a place on the Tampa Bay team. Okay. Television analyst has indicated that if he was in charge of Tampa Bay, he would never endure the rubbish displays that Nick Perbix has been producing recently. Scouting. Oh, Boston scouting completed. Boston are one of the better teams around, and we need to show we can handle them. Solid goaltending, hard to play against in their own zone. Swayman provides strong goaltending. Charlie McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm are the key defensemen. At the strong blue line, top winger David Pastrnak is the key player on their team. Their power play shouldn't be a major concern, but they have some pretty effective penalty killers in their lineup. They have no key injuries at the moment. All right, so before we end the video, let's take a look at the rankings here. We're still 9th in the Eastern Conference. How are we in the Metro? We're still 5th. Games played 9. We have 11 points compared to the Rangers 12, so we're out of the playoffs currently. But like, it's the we haven't even made it out of the first month yet. In fact, actually, let's go ahead and finish the month while we're here. All right, Toronto beat Seattle 4-2. Philadelphia beat St. Louis 4-2. Anaheim beat Pittsburgh 4-3. Montreal beat Washington 5-2. We came in and we beat Boston 5-2. Let's take a look at the box score. Hall with Gostisbehere and Aho on the power play get the first score. Then Geeky with, that's one player I wish we would have kept, is Morgan Geeky. Middlestott and McAvoy ties the game. Svechnikov with Aho and Burns make it 2-1. Kastelik with Poitras and Zaka tie the game. Then Jankowski with Taylor Hall on the assists make it 3-2. Svechnikov with Aho make it 4-2. And then Martinuk with Orlov and Carrier on the assist make it 5-2 for the Hurricanes. Ratings. Swayman blocked 28-33. Anderson blocked 27-29. Burns with the third star, 0 goals, 1 assist. Svechnikov with the second star, 2 goals, 0 assists. Aho with the third star, or I mean with the first star, 0 goals and 3 assists. And then Nashville beat Edmonton 7-3. San Jose beat Chicago 3-2. Pittsburgh's Tommy Novak's point in the game against Anaheim has taken him to the NHL career milestone of 100. With the win against Boston, Carolina's Frederik Andersen has now reached the mark of 300 career wins. Good job for him. New York Islanders' Matthew Barzal has won the National Hockey League Player of the Month for October. Barzal played 10 games, scoring 7 goals and assisting on 11 others. Dear God, 18 points in 10 games? Rookie of the Month was Yaroslav Askarov. Apparently he's a goalie. Yeah, he's a goalie. Played in 5 games and recorded 4 wins. Good for him. Offensive Player of the Month was Matthew Barzal. Yeah, we already knew that. Defensive Player of the Month was Toronto's Anthony Stolarz. Played 6 games, recording 1 shutout and 5 wins. Is he a goalie? Yes, he is. Okay. Edmonton Oilers defenseman Travis Dermott has been placed on the block by general manager Stan Bowman. Okay, so we're in November now. So we might be able to do we'll try to do 1 month of video, but there's a lot more games this month than there was last month, I believe. Yeah, a lot more. So we'll see what we can do here. See, we played against Vancouver, or we watched the game against Vancouver. So just making notes for myself here. So 1. Okay, so we got to sim 2 more. So our next game would be against Pittsburgh. Okay. Well, we will. Oh, before we leave, let me check the standings one more time. Oh, wow, we shot up the Eastern Conference. We're in fifth now. 10 games played. We have 13 points. Let's look at the Metropolitan. We're third in the Metropolitan now. Nice. So we've shot up the rankings. All right, perfect. Well, we're going to end the video on that. I do want to thank everybody for watching. Um, I'm autistic, so I know like my speaking can go crazy at times, but just bear with me here. I'm really enjoying this game, and we'll try to get through November, or at least try to get halfway through November next video. But y'all have a great day ahead. See ya.